Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to the Yorktown FFA Chapter Project Show. My name is Brooklyn Corpus and I am the president of the Yorktown FFA Chapter. We have already kicked the day off with the agricultural mechanics contest outside and we are about to begin the livestock portion of our show. We are so excited that you have joined us for what we consider to be the greatest show on earth. FFA members have been working since the summer to prepare the animals for this very moment, and we look forward to see the outcome. This particular supervised agricultural experience project teaches many lessons including time management, responsibility, and financial responsibility to those members who choose to raise livestock. Come rain or shine, it is their responsibility to care for that animal, and Ms. Trees and Mr. Gallants are very proud of the dedication put forth by each student here. We would also like to thank all of our volunteers for taking the time to come lend a hand where it was needed. Without great people like you, this show would not be possible. Lastly, thank you to the Yorktown ISD staff and administration for all of the help and support in the planning and execution of this show. Let's have a great show. Now Jackie will lead us in the pledges.
Please join me in the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now Seth will lead us in prayer.
Please bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today and thank you for the ability to gather here today at the stock show with our projects that we have all worked hard on. Thank you for the ability to care for all your creations and ask that you guide us to be good stewards of what you have given us. Please protect all exhibitors, animals, volunteers, and spectators. May we all honor you with all that we say and do. Amen.
It's on me.
Okay.
All right, good luck, girl.
Oh,
All right, we have the featherweight swine class coming up.
play by play. Is it? Oh, can they hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me help you with that. I'm just glad this is my brain. Me too. Good job, Aubrey. Keep it up.
Well, welcome everybody today. This is the first time I've had a chance to come to Yorktown and really appreciate the opportunity to evaluate your kiddos in their livestock projects. This is, of course, very dear to me. I've been an ag teacher for 46 years and been involved with the livestock business, not only raising pigs, but also I've been a truck calf producer for over 30 years. And the main thing that keeps me going is these kids. And today, as we go through, remember that that's what it's all about, is we're teaching ethics, how to work, the importance that we be good stewards of what the good Lord gave us, and hopefully to develop people that's going to be leaders in your community. So this time, please give everybody a round of applause for putting the show on and the work that they're on to do. Thank you, and going through, of course, muscle is important, condition is important, structure and style and balance, all those things are and you're trying to find a package of one animal that fits all that. And we do have a variance of pounds here that we give up. This small pig that comes in here, I like the muscle that he has, but again, you see that he's giving up a lot of pounds of product compared to the rest of the pigs in this class. So we're going to put this pig in the fourth period here, fourth place. I'd like to see him maybe not as pinched up in his fur rim, and of course have a little more size and scale, but he's a nice package, and I want to congratulate the young lady. All right, from there we've got 3 different types. We've got a white pig that I see being large scaled and has a lot of freshness. In fact, I'd like to see probably see him lose a little bit of that, be a little bit cleaner as far as fat cover is concerned. We've got a black pig here that's a pretty good package. He's got a tremendous top in her, and all these pigs have been very sound, as you can see them move out. But we've got a real muscular pig here in the black and white pig. I'm concerned that we're getting outside the structure. We're spreading out just a little bit. So in doing that and trying to evaluate how we're going to place them, I like to, again, look in packages. I'm going to go third with the black and white pig. And then the top 2 pigs, I think, are relatively real close. The white pig's a little taller fronted. We like that. But I'd like to see him a little tucked up a little bit as far as condition. So I'm going to place that pig second. The black pig here, the little build has probably got the package of what we're looking for, especially thick down through her top as her lower eye ties into her shoulder blade. I would like to maybe extend her first 1/3 of her body, make it a little prettier up front, but she walks out good, she's squaring her hip. Young man, a nice pig. Let's give her a round of applause for a good pass.
Second call, lightweight pigs.
Next up, we got our lightweight swine class. The winner of the featherweight swine class was Junior Dylan Respondent.
Well, I know Carly did, that's why I was that's what I ran over you. So everybody come around.
Let's give them a round of applause. I've been working pretty hard out here. And I apologize for taking a little bit longer, but we've got a couple of structural issues, and I wanted to give them a chance to make sure I can see them real good as they moved out. It's very important that, as well as y'all know, that pigs today are raised on confinement in the food industry. They've got to be able to stand up on those concrete and those slatted floors. So we've got to get pigs that are functionally sound in their movement. We can sure breed the muscle into them. That's not the problem, as much as we got to have some structure and be able to move out and such as that. I found that we got a little black pig here that probably needs a little more product in comparison to the other pigs in the class, and wants to get a little outside of his skeleton, wants to get a little full in that hock a little bit, a little straight in his shoulder. I'd like to probably put a little more angle to his shoulder and put a more extension up front. So we're gonna place him fifth today. Then after that, we go to fourth place, and a little bit harder decision here as we go along. I think the big thing in talking structure, the black pig here has got a little swelling in his hocks. He wants to get outside of the skeleton a little bit too much. Packed full of meat. You got to appreciate that. The kid's done a good job of feeding him, but I think we're going to have to place him fourth because of that today. Then we got three different cans up here on the top. It's kind of hard to follow through, but when we start talking about structure, I really love this white pig when he first come out. He's really extended through his front end and took a pretty good sound, but as he got more and more around the ring, look at his front pasterns. He wants to break over in them pasterns quite a bit, and I think that that's the reason why he's going to be third today, even though he's really packing muscle and we really like that. Then we got these two painted up pigs. A lot of difference. In this pig, we got a lot of length and stride, and that pig really walks out very good. I like that. He's a little bit stale looking, but a lot of muscle and functionally sound. Probably one of the best walking pigs in here. We got the other painted pig. I had a hard time seeing it. The pig didn't want to get out and stride for quite a while, so I had to wait on him, and wait on him, and wait on him. I like the way that this pig is packaged. On the top, got a tremendous top in her, big square hip, wide standing. She wants to get a little bit bow-legged before her hocks out there a little wider than what we'd like to see. So, in comparison between the two pigs, I think I'm going to have to go with the strength of balancing it when the way this pig walks. So, young lady, give him a class and you'll be safe.
The winner of the lightweight swine class is sophomore Dakota Campbell. Next up, we will have the medium weight swine class.
Second call, medium weight hogs. We just want to remind everybody, if you don't mind, putting on your mask, social distancing, want to keep everybody safe. Sure the kids have a good show. So if you need a mask, we do have some up here at the announcer stand.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to each one of these pigs, and then we'll come back and decide how we're gonna place them. I want you to see them as I'm seeing them, and not in any particular order. I just started this pig over here closest. The black pig, I really like the amount of muscle this pig has. He's really packed full of it. I'm worried about structure. He comes to you, he wants to weigh in quite a bit on his front feet, and these will give a little bit outside her skeleton, and she walks on the backside. But tremendous amount of muscle in her, you've got to appreciate that. The pig here that walks in front of us, this pig, I'm worried about cutability. Tremendous amount of meat to it, but I think we've got those hocks out a little bit too much. I think we got a little bit too much condition down in there in that lower 1/3 of the body. I'd like to see her tucked up a whole lot better than what she is, but you do got to appreciate the volume of ham that pig has and the amount of top that she has. Just wish we had a little bit better cutability on it. The belted pig here in front of me is a pig that really walks out pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit more bone on this pig. Of all the pigs, he's probably a little bit lighter, and then there's kind of a bone that he has, but a free walking pig, one that's got a good level top. When he gets the head up, he's tall fronted. I'd just like to probably give this bear just a little bit more ham in that lower ham area, but a nice pig. The other pig, the black belted pig we have here, tremendous amount of bone. I wish to kind of have that front end just a little bit better. I like for her to probably have his back wheel some, but we really like the amount of muscle that she's got, and she's as much muscle, she tracks out pretty good from rear. And we like the inside diameter, the depth of her twist area in her hem, how good that is. So that pig's pretty balanced. We just like me to do something rougher front end just a little bit. There's a pig that's really tall fronted, one that strides out real well. I really like that. Wants to get just a little easy in a hem-long junction when she walks, and I like for him to be a little stronger there. But when he gets the hit up, hits a top line, you really appreciate him, strength of width that he has and dimension. So in that case, trying to put together, talking about muscle and structure and trying to condition and balance them out, I think we're going to probably have to put the little black and white pig here on just a little bit credibility. So I hate to pick one trait and really hand on, but I like to see her, not get quite so far outside of the structure. Sometimes we get them too wide. We got to make them a little more functional. So I think that that's going to be a consideration in the bottom pair. Then we got the black pig that has the structure part up front, real weird though. So I think I'm going to do credibility, and I'm going to go ahead and place that pig fifth and this one fourth. And then after that, there's some differences here. I think we need a little bit more springer rib in this pig, a little bit more column of bone to him in comparison to the two pigs above him. And both the two pigs above him, I'd like to correct this a little bit. I like the package that we have in the black, the small belted pig, really good. I like the way she travels when you get running behind her, and I like the amount of muscle and the dimension that she has. I like the good striding pig here that's kind of off color. I like to probably improve that hand-on junction just a little bit, but as far as cleanliness, she's right there. So I think that has to be, this pig's going to have to be in the third hole, and then we're going to have to make a decision in the top pair, and I think that maybe if we could stretch this pig out just a little bit more in the 1/3, if you get that head up a little bit. But again, he's on the crossover in front. I'd like to see him a little more stretch and sound. And that's where the stretch and sound pig is there. So this will be the first place pig. This will be second in this class. Let's give him a round of applause for a good class.
The winner of that class is Junior Seth Hahn. The next class will be the heavyweight swine.
Second and final call, heavyweight hogs. Okay, I want to announce the placings, and we're going to start with medium weight, and we'll back up to the lightweight and featherweight. So in medium weight, first goes to Seth Hahn, second, Ethan Hahn, third, Tyler Respondick, fourth, Dylan Respondick, fifth, Kobe Alvarez. In lightweight, we have first, and I'm going to probably say this wrong, DeKeelan Campbell, 2, Carly Bain, 3rd place, Ayana Longoria, 4th place, Tyler Respondick, and 5th place, Kobe Alvarez. In featherlight, we have first, Dylan Respondick, second, Aubriana Longoria, third, Carly Bain, and fourth, Caitlin Dodds.
It's okay. No, next time this is okay. Sorry. I'm gonna let them. Oh, turned off. Weird. Turn it on and then up to 4, right? Mm-hmm. So 4 more times, right? Miss Trees. Miss Trees. Miss Trees.
Yeah, I'll figure out the double plate.
Okay.
All right, wait to the page. Let's give them a round of applause for class here. I'll tell you what, there's some major differences, and yet there's some obvious things in here that we have. Again, we're talking package. The black pig here in front of me right here, I like the way that he's tall fronted and he walks out, but I'm a little disappointed the way he is from behind. He's a little flat down through his stifle and through his ham, and I'd like to see him have a little bit more muscle in comparison to the other pigs in this class for body size. So I'm going to place him 5th in this class. And after that, it gets a little harder, and we have to go through the other top 4. And I see that we got 2 white pigs here, that's a pig that one of the spots over eyes. If you can walk him out, I like the way this pig is from behind when he walks out, and he's really wide through his rump structure. He's got some depth down through. When he gets the top out, the pig actually looks a bit longer than he does. This pig here, I really liked him coming in the ring. The big spot in the back, a lot of muscle to him, or her, excuse me. And the extension, she wants to rise up and get a little high in her top every now and then. So, you know, if we can work on keeping that head up, that's going to keep her top line a little bit. So I had to really look at those quite a bit. And doing that, I think we got a little bit more muscle expression in the top of that pig. So I'm going to place the right pig here fourth. And then with that being said, they were pretty close. We're going to place that pig third because of that. Then we got two pigs here that have a lot of muscle to them. All these pigs should probably walk better in the front end as we go through here. And here's the black pig that's just got an aircraft carrier top, and there's a lot of muscle and way down low in her twist. Really like the way that hand fits in there. I like to clean her up through her first 1/3 of her body. I like to make her a little more center and pastures. And then I get this pig that comes in here. And I love this pig when you come in the ring. That's a nice jet. She is well structured, strides out, she's balanced, and I had no problem in putting it top and you second. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. Did a good job keeping the head up.
First place in the heavyweight swine class is Junior Seth Hahn. Next we'll have our championship drive.
If you had a first or second place pig, go ahead and come on in.
Okay, heavyweight placings. First is Seth Hahn. Second is Jackie Gush. Third is Drew Alexander. Fourth is Jackie Gush, but was shown by Blake Boyd. And fifth is Ethan Hahn.
Brooklyn.
I did at the bottom.
Okay, let's give our first place winners a round of applause as they go for the champion drive. It's always hard to judge because you know you're dealing with kids and there's only one that's going to be real happy about something. And I'll just try to do my best to, pick your livestock and what's presented to us as we go through here. In the evaluating pigs, I think the one, to me, the freshest pig in here, we got to have a certain amount of condition. We got to make them smooth. They got to be structurally correct. They got to be able to walk out and be strong topped. And that's young man in the corner, and he'll be your champion. Congratulations, young man.
Grand champion goes to Junior Sehan.
Second. Thank you. As we go through here, some of these pigs are getting tired. You can see some of them getting a little weak on their top as they go through here. And we notice this as that's one thing, kiddos, when you get them at home, you've got to get them out and let them walk because you're going to have about 15 minutes if those pigs are going to have their heads up moving around. So you've got to do a big job. You've got to be a good showman. And that's what this young lady is. And she'll be your reserve. Congratulations.
Reserve champion goes to sophomore Jackie Gush.
Your grand champion hog today is Seth Hahn. Your reserve champion hog is Jackie Gush. This is the first call for swine showmanship. If you want to be in swine showmanship, please head to the ring. Second and final call, swine showmanship. I'm not going to push these hogs too much longer. They've been driven by these kids. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Dawn Butler. I've been an ag teacher in Goliad. I was a Shindle from Rugby, so I grew up showing dairy cattle and pigs and sheep, of course. And now I've raised 3 kids that have been in every show ring from here to Nebraska. So showmanship is a very big part of what I believe these kids are about. It takes you being able to present your animal to the judge to get the best look and the best picture of your animal. A good showman can hide a flaw, know where I am, know where your animal is, and this class in particular, I like pigs being driven to me, not me going to find the pig, and I know that these pigs have been pushed pretty hard. I was told that I have to pick a reserve and a grand. This young lady right here will be our grand showman. And this young man here will be our reserve.
Grand champion showmanship goes to sophomore Jackie Gush, and reserve champion showmanship goes to junior Seth Hahn.
Okay, your grand showmanship is Jackie Gush, and your reserve showmanship is Seth Hahn.
Next up, we're going to have our medium weight goat show.
Second call for medium weight goats. If you're a medium weight goat, please come to the ring.
Views. 31 views.
Do we go grab you?
Yeah. This says medium weight goat, and there was only 3 ribbons in there. And this says heavyweight goat.
And there's no like rundown of what is what?
No, I guess not. Maybe ask Miss Trees, who was just right over here. So I don't know where she is. Here, Brooklyn. We need another 4th place one in the heavyweight though. So.
Where's the goat ribbon?
This one had 3 in it, so I had to take 1 out of the heavyweight. But hey, we still need another one in
No,
there.
we don't. There's only 3 in the heavy.
Okay, so they were just swapped. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Brooklyn. Ma'am, the microphone.
I'm sorry.
The microphone.
Okay. I'm placing this class of goats. Let's give them a round of applause for a good set of goats to start to show up. Of course, condition, muscle is very important here, and that's what separated the class pretty good there. The 2 goats that are on that 4th and 3rd rib are goats that probably need a little bit more top muscle down through there, down in the lower leg. And we congratulate the kiddos, but this didn't quite have the muscle that we see in our 2nd place goat, which is the one here on the end the young lady has. So he's got a nice feel to him. Really like the freshness across his top, but he doesn't have near the muscle coming right across the rack that we see in the red and white goat. So he goes to the top of the class. Plus, he's got a little more leg to him, so it's pretty easy on that end. Let's give him a round of applause for a good class.
The winner of the medium weight goat is freshman Caden Hilbrick. Next, we will have our heavyweight goat. Press the mute button. God, Jackie.
Okay, let me announce them. Don't forget to press the button.
Okay, that was your medium weight goat class. First goes to Caden Hilbrick. 2nd goes to Kaylin Bain. 3rd goes to Carly Bain. And 4th goes to Carissa Gonzalez.
when
It's muted right now, but when you go towards him, unmute it.
it's on.
It's on, but you're muting it right now.
Yes.
Press the button to unmute. Don't unmute it near the spike.
Yes.
It's 4. I actually have $1 left.
Someone just texted me.
Okay, place number 3, I talked to the kiddo. Let's give them a round of applause for those goats. The third place goat, the visual herd, she realizes we need a little bit more substance in this goat, and maybe a little more bone across the top, in the right structure, and also kind of fall off a little bit in comparison to the other two groups. The second place goat is a goat that's got a lot of dimension to him. When he walks to you, you can see that he's starting to put a little breastbone up there, and we'd like to see a little cleaner for that area. But really wide up through that rock structure, and he carries his leg down real well. I think where he gets beat here by the top goat is the fastest feeling goat in the class, and he's really got thicker right behind the shoulder, and when he walks at you, he's got a real wide front end, and really like the way he walks to and from. And plus, he's got a little more leg to him and wins the class. Congratulations, let's give him a round of applause.
The winner of the heavyweight goat class, freshman Kill Blank.
In your heavyweight goat class, first goes to Kel Blank, second goes to Caden Hilbrick, and third goes to Kaylin Bain.
Two real nice goats. And surprisingly, folks, they're real close here too. Even though the little redneck goat is a smaller goat, he is a real nice package, and I really like that. The big goat, of course, has got so much power. I really like the structure on him. He's a little wider based, and once he gets a knee into him a little bit, that really pops up behind the top. He'll be your champion, and I'm going to go ahead and pick this little red goat as your reserve champion. Congratulations.
Grand champion goes to freshman Kel Blank. Reserve champion goes to freshman Caden Hilbrick. Next up will be your goat showmanship.
Yeah.
First call for the lightweight lamb class. First call. Oh, sorry. Skip that. First call for showmanship goat. If you want to show and showmanship, you need to come to the ring with your goat. Okay. In your champion drive, grand goes to Kel Blank and reserve goes to Caden Hilbrick.
Hey, if we drop the volume down more, has it been school less? I think so. He talks loud. Save it. Here. For the
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put them on this side so y'all can see what was going on. I've been in a lot of rooms before, and I know parents like to see what's going on, so I moved them this way. I talked to the kids. One of the questions that they asked was, how much does your goat weigh? And that's very important coming in, knowing where you're at. As far as they may be calling for a goat class from the back, and you don't hear, and you've just got to find out where you're at. So always know that. Always pay attention to where I'm at. I'm a big proponent about, if you're going to get those front feet up off the ground, that's great, but get them back down on the ground. Don't leave them dangling. Your champion's going to be this young man, because if you didn't notice, the one thing I did was walk around the other side, and he's the only one that paid attention to where I was and moved his body to the other side. So you're going to be champion, and you'll be reserve.
Grand champion showmanship goes to freshman Kel Blink. Reserve champion showmanship goes to junior Kaylin May. Next we'll have our lightweight lamb class.
Okay, and showmanship, goat showmanship, grand goes to Kel Blake. Reserve goes to Kaylin Bain. And it's first call for lightweight lamb, if you're not already in the arena.
All right, a very good class lamb. Just give them a round of applause. There's things that you like about each one of these lambs, and I've told the kiddos what I thought about each one of them. The red blue lamb here, we really like the extension that it has, and pretty 1/3 of her body up front. The lamb, the wither is really pretty from that standpoint. What I'd like to do is to maybe kind of pop that rib out a little more, give him a little more top, strengthen that lamb at right there where his loin ties into his hip, and probably give him a little bit more thickness. Going to rack the boner in the lamb, and the boy does a good job showing him. The ewe lamb that this young lady is just now setting him up again, man, she is packed full of muscle, and you like that about her. Where I like to see her, first of all, I like to take a little of that condition off of her. She's got a little bit more condition than what I like. She wants to run downhill a little bit when she travels out. She's a little short in her neck, but you've got to appreciate all three of these as being just packed full of muscle. And so you kind of put your emphasis in different places. And today, since she's wanting to get a little bit wider through the middle and get a little canoe shaped on me, I'm going to say that cutability may be a good problem. That's the reason why I'm going to put her third. These two lambs are very close. You get in behind them, and this lamb, when she gets her cranked, that ewe really has a lot of leg to her and top, and both of them do. This lamb is a little more deceiving. The young lady in the turquoise, if you get your hands on her, that leg is bigger than you think it is. It has a lot of lower leg on the outside on the stifle. She's got a good smooth top. She balances up. 50% of our lamb needs to be in the hand saddle. And this lamb sure does that. And that's a close pair, but I'm going to be showing you be second, you'll be first. Congratulations.
The winner of the light, winner of the light late show is Junior Lacey Rios.
That was your lightweight lamb class. First goes to Lacey Rios. Second is Carla Del Real. Third is Kaylee Lossman. And fourth is Sam Speed.
Now we have our medium weight sheep show coming up.
I know. I was just watching it. Really? Oh, the last
Yeah. Yeah, it's out of his legend. It's been pushed in his legend. So, yeah. I AI the legend and only two took and they all died. Yep. I know you did that. Need some help.
Yes. Definitely.
I know I tried to do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. I know. He says you're starting to do that. Yeah. He said that too. He said that she had a lot of I was like, oh no. That was mommy. All three of them were mommy. See the sheep.
Okay, let's give them a round of applause. That was a great set. There's some things that get you perplexed in this class, and you know, from the stands, you don't see it. You know, sheep and goats, you need to get your hands on it so you understand exactly what I'm talking about, and you can feel the difference condition and the muscle and everything. And well, we got some sheep. Y'all got some sheep here that's got some muscle. That's really great. I feel like today that I got a two-pair class. I've got this lamb and running in, and both of them are question marks. Here's a sheep that I like the size and scale and extension that the lamb has. Wants to get close on his back feet when he travels. He wants to drop off in his pins and he doesn't have near the lower leg that we'd see in these other lambs. We got a lamb on the other end here that you can't pack any more muscle in it. High percent Hampshire bloodline, I bet, on that, a lot of bone. It's just that we need to extend that one out a little bit. It's a little bit early maturing, but boy, really tremendous carcass on her. I would imagine somebody could probably get some pretty good shoulder limbs out of her. I'd like to stretch her out through the front end, or I'd like to profile her a little better, but I really appreciate the muscle that she's carrying in her conformation. The other two lambs that we have in the class, here's one that's very pretty funded, travels out good. I like the top line. The leg wants to tie a little shallow in behind, but got a good top in it and good square bottom. Then the sheep here, we had if you're not familiar with the wool biter, that means there's a sheep in there that's been chewing on the wool. And that's what's happened here. It takes away from your physical appearance. But this lamb has got a lot of meat in, and it's one that has the largest loin, the largest length of loin, and definitely the larger legs. So we're talking about a high percent of your primal cuts in this lamb. So we're going to go with this lamb is fourth, this one's third, this one's going to be first, and that'll be second. Congratulations.
The winner of the medium weight sheep is freshman Caden Hilbrick. Next, we will have our heavyweight sheep class.
Okay, that was your medium weight sheep class. First is Caden Hilbrick. Second is Britton Almond. Third is Carly Villarreal, and fourth is Chris Johnson.
Ooh, almost done.
Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Big, nice, big class of land. Probably starting to see a little age on some of these sheep here. Today, the young lady's lamb up here, if you get in behind him, you can see he doesn't have quite the muscles that we see in the three lambs above him. And he's, just a really profiling type sheep. You like that about him, but just need a little bit more to him. Then the other three lambs, I felt like the lamb on the end over here is a lamb that's already starting to get a little stale. He has flat mouth and his round edges, a lot to him. But you get a hold of him and he's not as firm in that lower leg as we like to see. And that's something that we see in this lamb too. Viewed from back here, boy, he's got a hind end on quick. When you get the feeling of him down through his twist, I like to see him a little firmer made than what he is. But a nice lamb, big top in him, and we appreciate that. And then the spotted lamb, to me, is a package lamb. I like to see him, you like to get bits and pieces of all of them, but he really combines it. He has the best condition on him. He's the firmest feeling lamb, and he has got the biggest top and nice gray lamb. So, with that being said, the young lady is going to be third from the class. Young man on the end down there is going to be third. You'll be second, and you win the class. Congratulations.
The winner of the heavyweight lamb class is freshman Kel Blank. Now it's going to be time for the championship drive.
Just run up there real quick and look at his tag.
47.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, in your heavyweight class, first place goes to Kel Blank. Second place goes to Kel Blank and was shown by Blake. Third place is Caden Hilbert, and fourth place is Lacey Rios.
Okay, let's give them a round of applause for the kiddos in the champion drive here. It's so important, guys. I want to express that you really gotta hit that showmanship. It means so much. A sheep can change just like that, but if you get them to brace for you and get handling. These are three good representatives of their classes, I think, breed-wise. The lightweight you in this class, in her class, I thought won the class pretty easily. I would like to see her a little stronger where her line touches into her hip joint there. Maybe just a little bit more bone, but not bad, and females are going to have a little bit of that. But she wants to get a little easy in her top, so I'd like to strengthen those things out. I do love the extension of the front 1/3 of her body and the way that she's put together from that standpoint. The lamb here in the middle is one that really you get your hands on him, and he's got a lot of meat to him. He's a little bit short in his rump. I feel him back there, and I'd like to see that, as far as the length of the arm, the length of the rump, he's a little short there. But every time you have that kind of muscle, you're going to have muscles around, and you're going to have a leg that's going to kind of roll just a little bit. I would like to try to clean him up through his front end just a bit, and I'm being picky, try to make him a little prettier where his neck ties in the top of his shoulder. But a lamb that's got big-footed, a lot of bone to it. Here's a lamb here that he's done. He's big and stout and really got a big top in him. He's starting to get a little weak now, getting a little tired out here. And if we could get him pushed back just a little bit more, I think you could see that top level out a little better. And when you get hands on him, boy, he's got a line and a leg in him real quick. There you go. That's what I'm going to say right there. And because you did, not just because you did that, but you'll be the champion. Congratulations.
Okay.
So now we go. I believe a second.
Grand champion lamb goes to freshman Kill Blank.
Wait a minute, we're going for reserve. We talked this lamb in second place in that class. Really did like him. Got a big leg on him. I just like to firm him up a little bit more. He wants to be a little softer to the touch than what I like to see. Young man here will be the reserve. Congratulations.
The reserve champion lamb goes to freshman Caden Hilbrick. Now it'll be lamb showmanship. Take them.
If you're going to show in the sheep showmanship, you need to come to the ring. If you're going to show your lamb in showmanship, please come to the ring. Your grand champion sheep is Kale Blank, and your reserve goes to Caden Holbrook. This is your second call for sheep showmanship. If you are going to show in showmanship with your lamb, please come to the arena. I hate to tell y'all, but this is the one species that I know a lot about. I showed sheep growing up, and my kids have been in the ring, lots of rings, and one year we showed 65 rings.
I'm going to tell you that one of the best things that you kids can do is if you can go to a prospect show and get out and get more ring experience, it's going to be an awesome thing for you. You did a really good job. Always remember where I'm at. If I'm on the front, that's a front. If I'm on this side, that's this side. If I'm on the other side, you're on the other side. If you notice I lined you up the wrong way, just see which side you'd be on. Know the weights of your animals. That's really, really important. Keep your sheep on all four corners. So when I'm on side view and I'm looking at your sheep, your front 2 feet need to be together and your back 2 feet need to be set. And that's at all times. Showmanship can win or lose a show for you. And in San Antonio, Texas, when you're trying to make the top 9 to make a sale slot and there's 50 sheep in the class, showmanship makes a difference. And I know that our market judge made that comment when he was in the ring a while ago, and I'm dittoing him in the same thing. My champion showman will give you this young lady right here, and reserve will be the showman.
Your grand champion showmanship goes to Miss Kaylee Lawson. And your reserve champion lamb goes to the freshman Kel Blank. Next, we're going to have our medium weight steer. Kaylin, who's coming for y'all?
Huh?
Who's coming in here for y'all?
Let's see, Harley. I'll take care of it.
Heifers, you need to make your way to the ring. Heifers, please come to the ring. The showmanship lamb contest grand went to Kaylee Lossman and reserve went to Kel Blank.
Caitlin.
Okay, well, as we go into the breeding aspect of it, we're talking about things, the structure goes to the top of the list. It's so important. These ladies got to go out in the pasture and they've got to make a living for you. And they've got to be able to be structurally sound because, you know, as they get bigger and get more weight, their pastures and their hocks and these are things that we have to watch out quite a bit. We got to see that they take a good step, a good stride, because as they become bred and they're carrying another 200 pounds before the end, they got to have a structure that's going to hold it up. Here's two real nice females. Let's give them a round of applause for having some real nice heifers here. And like I said, both the heifers belong to you, and both of them are, you know, be commended, real nice females. I like the femininity about them. I think there's some parts that you wish you could do. I'd like to put a clean, I love the front end on this heifer. And that's where this heifer here is a little bit deeper, not quite as clean, but well, I mean, you talk about broody. Now, she's broody, and she got a lot of rib, a lot of depth of heart, and she's going to make you a big stock cow. This one, of course, is about right at a year younger, and we've got some growth still to go. She wants to run downhill just a little bit, but I think as she gets older, she's going to straighten out a little bit more. I'd like to maybe try to slant that shoulder just a little bit more. I like the slope of shoulder that this heifer has, and I like the way the tail head fits in there. So I think between the two heifers right now, I think we're going to put her champion in her reserve. Congratulations. Nice effort. Nice effort. You ready? Yeah.
Grand champion and reserve champion heifer goes to Miss Brooklyn Corpus, a junior at Yorktown High School. Next will be our medium weight steer class.
First call for medium weight steer class, please. First call for medium weight steer class. Okay. You probably would help me too.
Carly.
I got this. In your heifer class, Brooklyn Corpus showed the champion heifer, and Aubrey showed the reserve, but they both belong to Brooklyn.
to them.
I'm still working the show, and I haven't watched close because I know, you have to. So I'm working hard. But I'm afraid not to do it. And it's not
And let's give our state representatives a round of applause, please. Thank you. This is the way I see the two steers. The red steer is a real pretty profiling cat. I like the way that the cat has his head up and he looks smart looking like a show steer. The biggest problem we have with him is that he's not quite market ready. He needs a little more condition. I estimate him somewhere about 2,500 fat. We need to have 3 to 5 tenths if we're going to grade. So I'd like to see him a little more condition. I'd like to see maybe just a little bit more top in him as compared to the black steer. The black steer's got a little more expressive top. He's got a condition that's going to get him closer to grading. He's got bigger rump structure. He's got a little bit more, levelness in his hooks and pins. I like his top line. I would like to maybe clean him up a little bit in front, smooth the shoulder in. That's where the red steer is pretty clean through the shoulder there. We like that about him. But we got to be market ready, and I think we got a little bit more product than that. So the young lady will be first, and the young man will be second. Congratulations.
The winner of the medium weight steer is Junior Aubrey Rupert. Next will be our heavyweight steer class.
I got it. Turn it on.
In your medium weight steer class, Aubrey Rupert got first and Connor Rupert got second. Heavyweight steer class, please come to the arena. Heavyweight steer class, come to the arena.
Oh, every year. Oh, great. Y'all are great. Does that mean my check's gonna be more? Does that mean my check's gonna be more? 300? It's in the mail. Sometime. If be there. Uh-huh, thanks. Oh, God. I'm so sick of those. Stop being stupid. My husband has texted me, are you coming home? Are you cooking supper? I was like, yes, I'm coming home. Yes, I will cook supper. I said, I'll be happy. What's for supper? Whatever home chef has. It's for us. I like to cook. Yeah. Are you serious? All that. Since he retired, he does all that. I can drive a big truck because I can't hold this one too. I can drive a big truck. And I help rustle up the cows, and I do lots of stuff. But he does all the housework. All the work. He does all the grocery shopping. Oh, it's really anal down the house. So I'm like, you go for it. Don't tell your mom. I told you I have a Heifer. He's obnoxious. Okay. So are we sure? Caleb.
Anybody want to trade jobs, I'd be glad to give to them. Oh, goodness. Let's give them a round of applause. These are three nice cars these kids got. I guess it kind of boils down to personal preference, and I hope all you kids know that throughout the whole show, that, you know, a show is based on one man's opinion that day, so don't get discouraged. Always keep working hard. This is how I see the cattle, and I tried to get them to walk a little bit more so I could see, but in the short range, it's kind of hard to see. The little black steer, pretty steer, you know. I'm in the club calf business, and he's got enough chrome that's a good sellable calf at any time, and just from appearance. But he's got a whale of a top over his crop region, right over his rib. He's got a big, thick top there. And then he wants to flatten out just a little bit on the backside of his loin. He wants to have a little shoulder. I like to see him a little smoother there. And the main thing is I like to see more condition on him. He's marginal in his condition. I think at this point, I don't know where you plan on taking him down the road, but I would think someplace like Houston would be better for him as age-wise and everything. You know, condition-wise, I think that's important. But I like steer, balanced, and really has him sitting good. The Hereford steer, steer that's very long-bodied. I like to maybe bring him in just a little bit to get him a little balanced. He's very smooth in his shoulder, but he wants to get a little steep in his shoulder. I like to see a little more angle to that shoulder. And watching when he walks, I like to see that front leg reach out there and take more ground to him. Just comes through there. But a nice smooth steer, conditions good on him. I think I like the extension through the front end. So he's a big question mark because of that. You know, he's a nice steer. Good bone to him, big foot, and some things that you really like. Again, I'd like to maybe give him a little bit more top to him. I'd like to maybe put a little more angle to his shoulder, especially when he travels. The yellow steer, definitely probably the most conditioned steer in the class. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's too fat because I think that he falls in that bracket of that probably hitting around 4.5, 5. Got a big brisket on him, and you know, for that brisket you think he'd be a little deeper in his flank, but he's in his cod. He's got pin fat. He's smooth. So from the standpoint of condition, I think he's good. I would like to see him a little bit thicker across his top. He wants to pinch in behind his shoulder just a little bit. And, we're talking about primal cuts there. And then I tried to get him to walk, because usually you get them on the walk and they level out a little bit better. And he did when he did walk. But as you can see, he's sitting there now. He's a little high in his loin and a little weak right behind his shoulder. Boy does a good job of trying to show that out. That's good. So there's some things on him. I'd like to see him maybe a little thicker for his body size to balance him up. He's got a little shoulder to him. Maybe put him a little thicker back there. So with that being said, you have to try to piece together what you think of all of them. There's no perfect animal, okay? And you got to consider, we're going to take these cattle and we're going to put them on the rail. So with that being said, I guess trying to figure out which one that I think would probably come closest to doing that is going to be your Hereford steer. Congratulations, young lady. And then following up that, there's where you have a big choice to make. You're giving up some weight with the smaller steer, but he's a nice package. We really like that. He's could probably have a little bit more condition. This steer definitely has a little more condition to him. And so that makes it hard when that happens. I got him to walk. He wants to take a little shorter step on his hind feet. You notice we got him out and tried to push him. And you wonder, well, what difference does it make the way he walks? Well, folks, these cattle got to be in the feedlot and they got to be structurally sound. It's important. So I think that's important to remember. And I know I've beaten beat a lot of times because I had a short-sighted steer, and I think, well, I'm going to hang him on the rail. I'm not going to be able to taste that. But we're not. But we do have to put that as one of our things that we do. So with that being said, I wish he had a little more condition. And since he's not, I'm going to use the yellow steer second, and you'll be third.
The winner of the heavyweight steer class is Junior Brooklyn Corpus. Now time for the champion draft steer.
In your heavyweight class, your first place steer is Brooklyn Corpus. Your second place steer is Blake Boyd. And your third place steer belongs to Brooklyn Corpus. We need the medium weight first place steer to the arena, please.
got a little black steer coming in here, but I like, again, the one that's very attractive, eye appeal to him. I like to maybe clean him up through his front end just a little bit and make him a little smoother in his shoulder. That's where I really see this Hereford being surprising. As much round that he's got in his thigh from the lower quarter, he doesn't show a whole lot of shoulder to him. He's still right enough based and have a skeletal that's strong, that's wide and explosive. The black steer, I like the top that he's got in there. I like to maybe get his feet where he's a little more comfortable handling his back wheels. I wouldn't say there's a big problem with it. He wants to just roll a little bit in his pins and some little things. And we're giving up quite a bit of weight here between the two steers. And I think when you look at what's closer to market ready and what's going to hang the higher percent of the primary cuts, it's going to be your Hereford steer. Congratulations, you'll be your champion. Congratulations.
Your grand champion steer goes to Junior Brooklyn Corpus.
Here's where it gets a little tougher when you want to try to follow up your champion with something close to it, but I think that there's enough differences that need to be brought out. I really like this yellow steer, the way he's standing now, especially he's got his head up and shows a lot of strength, but he wants to get a little weak right in behind his top there. And, that's a primal cut that goes down that loin. We'd like to see it a little stronger. That's where the little black steer excels. He's got extreme top in him. He's got a lot of muscle to him. And I guess it's just, you just wish that he was probably a little bit bigger to compare. But when you put the aspect that you're looking for a package, and I think, it's easiest for us to pick our champion, and because we like the package of that. Both these steers have some things we like, and both things we don't like about them. But I'm going to use a little black steer. Congratulations, young lady.
Reserve grand champion steer is Miss Aubrey Rupert, a junior. Now we have showmanship.
5 minutes.
Cattle showmanship will start in 5 minutes. The cattle showmanship class will start in 5 minutes. Your grand champion steer went to Brooklyn Corpus, and your reserve champion steer went to Aubrey Rupert. Once again, we'd like to thank Roger Welch for coming out and judging this year's show. Hopefully we'll see you in the future, Mr. Welch. We appreciate you, sir.
Did you get a buckle? Did you get a belt buckle?
Yeah, you want to see it?
You got your belt buckle. Okay.
Did you get a
You
banner?
got reserve, right?
No, I got green.
Oh, dang, but you got reserve hog? We should. Great, thank you. No, because grain gets the buckle and then reserve gets banner. I'd rather get a buckle. You wear it at school Monday, right? You can wear it at school Monday, right? Oh yeah. You know. Jackie, we gotta show them off at school.
Do they? What are the hat things for?
For the Peters Award.
That's not silly, right?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, what are they talking about?
Right after showmanship steer.
I was gonna try to see you. I was gonna go find you. Then you came to me, so.
Heavenly said she hears us talking.
Wait, hi.
Hears us talking.
Hi, Heavenly.
Hi, everyone watching. Thank you for tuning in.
Wait, they can see you.
And hear you.
They can actually see her. Now they can't. Like, they can see her. Like, oh.
Yep, they can see you, Jackie. And hear you, too, by
At the
the way.
conclusion of steer showmanship, we're going to announce the Outstanding Feeder Awards. So everybody gather around. We'll support the steer showmanship contestants and then announce some feeder awards. First call, steer showmanship.
Good job, Mr. Round of applause. All the steers. Wait.
Who's doing this?
Oh yeah, all of the steers. Probably. Well, probably, yeah.
I just want to say,
Dude, I got that Hallmark collar like you got. It's good.
so good, yeah. Jackie. It's on. Oh, it's muted. Oh, I forgot all of them. I like the first one. I have it. I'm not talking to you. I'll tell everyone why.
I want to take this opportunity to thank y'all for allowing me to come and judge your kiddos. It's been a privilege to do that for you. I'm in cattle showmanship, and these cattle have, this deer just got through showing, and this deer went through showing, so it's been a little bit of extra for you guys. So don't penalize you for all your reading and all that kind of things. I'm big on cattle walking into their place, kids knowing where we are. So with that being said, this is going to be your grand championship in the reserve.
Grand champion showmanship goes to Brooklyn Corpus, and reserve champion showmanship goes to Blake Boyd. Now we will have our feeders awards.
Wait, right? It was Brooklyn, right?
All right, that was your showmanship cattle. Grand champion went to Brooklyn Corpus, and reserve champion went to Blake Boyd. Once again, we'd like to thank Don Butler for coming out and judging our showmanship contest today. Thank you very much. Exhibitors, please head over to the stands and find your seat. We got some feeder awards. We're not done just yet. All exhibitors need to come over to the stands.
Right there. Do a little place you can see right there. There's a big stand right there. Go, Daddy! It's cold. Should have brought a blanket. Computers are hard. Can you see me? You have one over there?
Hello? Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, perfect. Good. Great. As y'all know, in the past, it's been called the Herdsman Award. This year, we changed the name just to Outstanding Feeder to kind of encompass the entire time you're here. We didn't have specific judging times like in the past. It's how you handled yourself outside of the ring at all times and really showed that leadership at a livestock show that sometimes, we're out, we're having fun, and we kind of forget that. And it's really focusing on your animal, your purpose, why you're here. Lauren Henderson was our judge.
Y'all seem to figure that one out really quick. Yeah. Some of the kids walked up and they're like, Miss Trees, we're supposed to not be able to figure it out. And I go, well, when y'all all know each other and have known each other for forever, it's hard to find someone y'all don't know to come in and do this. So I'll let her take over and announce those winners.
All right, thank y'all so much for having me out here today, and thank you to Miss Trees and her teaching partner for inviting me. Y'all need to give those teachers a round of applause for putting on a great show, as well as yourselves as exhibitors and to your parents. Y'all are tremendous young women and men here. My biggest thing when I'm judging outside of the ring is to see how y'all interact, not just with me, but other people. There's several of you that you knew who I was, y'all figured it out, and so you were nice to me. You told me what you think I wanted to hear, and that's cool. But there was a few of you that stood out because there were little kids that came through and other adults, and y'all took the time to talk to them. And that really sets you apart from some of the other counterparts. The other thing is some of you kept your areas extremely clean, and I think you should take pride in that and keeping your area clean, because there's other people walking through and we're looking at it and they may not get the whole stock show thing, and it looks nice. So I won't keep you longer than necessary because it's cold. I'm about to shiver to death. So we'll start with cattle. The feeder award will go to Blake Boyd. And when he was talking to me, he was very knowledgeable not only about his breed, but the weight, the lineage, the breeder, where it came from, feeding amounts, and everything. And one of the biggest things with feeding amounts is don't tell me you feed 2 scoops. Your scoop could be bigger than my scoop, right? So tell me in pounds. And he did that. For swine is Kobe Alvarez. I think he had the cleanest corner in the entire barn. He also knew about his pigs and their weights and what he fed them and how much and how old they were. Lambs is going to be Lacey Rios. Lacey always kept her area clean and was very knowledgeable about the food consumption and what her sheep weighed. She knew the proper name for her female lamb, which was a ewe lamb. Always showing lambs to the kids as they came by and talked to several adults as they came by with questions. The next one goes to Carissa Gonzalez for goats. And she was so sweet. Every time I came by, she wanted to talk to me about her goat and how excited she was to be showing for the first time. And I think that's extremely one of those things that you should take pride in getting to show, because there's not a lot of people that get to do that. And she was so excited to do that this first year. The next one goes to the best decorations. The grand prize is going to go to Blake Boyd and LT. And reserve is going to go to Brooklyn Corpus with her heifers and steers. Thank y'all so much for having me out here today. And give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you, Lauren, again for coming out and checking out our kids outside the ring and spending some extra time with us today. All right, load out. Everybody's like, can we go? I know, it's been a long day. First off, very, very proud of all of you. You worked hard, you did great. It ran smooth, and animals were kept safe, kids were kept safe. So we are super proud of you. Congrats to everybody that won, everybody that gained experience for next year or the future. You seniors might go out and who knows, in however many years you might have a kid come along that wants to show an animal too. Now you got all that experience. Look at y'all go. All right, so we'll get on the loadout. If you can walk your animal to your trailer, meaning sheep, goats, and some cattle. We are okay with that. We are okay with that. Hogs, we'll just have to, one by one, back up trailers, load up pigs. Once cattle have gone ahead and gotten loaded out, we can start bringing in 2 trailers to load out pigs. Sound good? All right, again, like this morning, smooth and slow. We don't need anybody getting hurt, any animals getting hurt, and we'll all get out. Oh, tomorrow, yes. Sale starts at 1. Sale starts at 1. Y'all need to be here no later than 12. 12 to get in line. Okay. Got it. The sale list, the order you will sell in, will be posted on the Yorktown FFA website by 9 a.m. tomorrow. So keep an eye on that, okay? So 12 tomorrow, sale starts at 1. Hey, and your online auction sale slots. That goes live tomorrow at noon. You need to make sure that your description's good, you've got a picture on there, and once that link goes live, you can start sharing that with people you know, and they can start registering and adding money onto your lot on there too. Sound good? That doesn't close till Monday at noon. So you have 48 hours to send that out and add some extra money to your project. Cool? Those of you that had multiple animals, double check with me on which animal is going to sell, okay, before you leave. Cool? All right. Slow and easy. I'm super proud of y'all. Good job today.
Wait, say something. What? No, ending screen.